these things is not like the other.
Yeah, right. We're missing
Back-to-back weeks.
Oh, dang.
In the house.
In the hizzy house. How you guys doing out there? A couple people on already anyway for a Thirsty Thursday.
Welcome to the bar.
Yeah, man. What you guys drinking? Ooh, that's a good point. What you drinking? Obviously, we're drinking the video from this week. It's the English whiskey. I hope you guys watched the review. I don't know how I feel about it yet. I mean, we're drinking it because we're going to talk about it. And we'll finish the bottle, obviously.
I don't think it's a bad whiskey. I mean,
I
it's a nice everyday, nothing crazy. It's light, easy, but the company's interesting.
Yeah,
it's
I'm
got
curious.
to me, it's got a little harshness.
Yeah.
But it's a younger whiskey, and I mean, I guess that's just kind of goes with that territory, right? But
Needs to round out a little bit. So wait,
But we wanted to try it,
Dram
we did.
Dude says greetings from Hawaii.
What?
What are you doing
Hawaii?
out there, man?
Are you like running from the hurricanes?
that's what I was
As far
thinking.
as away as possible.
That's what I would do too. I
Yeah,
guess.
what's going on there?
Maybe
I
you
think
live
so.
there.
Cure
You're like,
these
let's go
coast.
Hawaii, babe. Let's go.
That doesn't sound so bad. I can,
No,
I
I
can drink scotch there.
I can do that.
No. What kind of scotch? What's scotch prices
They,
like?
they
out
serve it
there?
with an umbrella, but
It's fine. Yeah.
Okay.
Double charge you, but it's all good.
oh yeah,
You're not gonna say no to that.
no. If I'm on a beach, you can serve me whatever.
Where is Andrew tonight?
Uh,
Tell
yeah,
us
actually,
was
you
making
know,
up a
so-
story.
Southern
He's
Illinois.
drink- Oh, that's right.
He
went
was
some-
he was worked last
right.
week, and this week he's on a little trip, I think, a fishing
Yep.
trip or something.
Yep.
So
So we got Mike here, who's an
Hi,
more than
John.
adequate substitute for what we're
Alright.
got going
Now,
on.
John's,
Thank you, guys.
In
Mike
fact,
is not drinking the English. He is drinking
He's our bourbon guy, so he's
Old Forester 1897 and Bond. That gives me the chills to say that.
Mark had a
Chills.
Oh,
challenging
take a-
experience
Take
with
a
the
sip
old
of this
Forester.
and
speaking of Andrew, he says greetings from Carbon Day.
Oh,
Nice.
what's up, Andrew?
Andrew, greetings.
He's on.
from
Andrew, what are you
Carbondale.
drinking, sir?
I'm gonna guess Peat Monster.
Yeah.
Did he buy that?
He
I
did.
don't
He
know.
took a bottle of Peat Monster with him. So what's up, John? I
Thanks.
guess your Patriots are winning right now, but don't count your
Game's
chickens
not
yet.
over yet.
Game's not over. We're watching it too in the other room.
We're multitasking today.
Actually, Andrew, I had a question of the fact that
What?
what bottle here do you not
Yeah.
want them to open to make sure that I make sure that they do not open?
Yeah, let us know
So
what
go
your
ahead
opinion
and
is.
answer. I want to
So-
know. I will make sure that they do not touch that bottle.
Wait a minute. We have someone
I got your
strike
back, man. I
force,
got
so
your
he's,
back.
he's enjoying a nice Dalmore 64 at the moment.
What?
Wow.
Are
Wait
you
a
James
minute.
Bond?
It better be nice.
Yeah.
Alright.
What? Wait a minute, man. You got to type more than that. You don't say that you're enjoying that, and that's all you give us. There better be a picture on Facebook of that bad boy. I want to know what that's like, man. Good for you.
Absolutely.
Hey, I want to
Wow.
have a shout out to Frank Lampard. Man, we haven't seen that guy in forever.
Yeah, it's been a
Oh
minute.
my God! Yeah.
Good to see you, Frank.
Let's see,
Yeah,
he was
what's
the
going
on,
he
buddy?
was Mason Scotch, right?
Yeah. Yeah. He's. Mhm.
Good memory.
Yeah, you do have a good memory, man. You
That's
don't
right.
drink enough.
Should have been a bartender.
Right. Pay me up.
We're just gonna run a tab.
Andrew says they're the shitty internet, so don't expect them to hang around. But that's all right.
It's all right, man. It's
Hey,
a thought that
Hammond,
counts.
how you doing?
Hey, Bob.
So, no agenda. I didn't type up something to keep us on point this week, so there's a good chance that the wheels will fall off earlier than later. But that's
I'm gonna
all
say
right.
23
That's
minutes.
20, what's the over and under? 23 minutes.
I'm gonna say 23 minutes.
Right. But we do have some things to talk about.
We got a
some
lot of
things-
good stuff to
yeah,
talk about.
We do have a lot of good things to talk about, and we've been busy, you guys. Hey, Lee Rayner.
Hey, Lee.
Hey, Lee.
What's up, Lee?
Wonder what's on the TV in the background, Lee.
Where's Mark at? Is Mark
weren't gonna
online?
say anything.
Yeah, where's that old man here?
Where's your hubby?
Anyway, we've been busy. We've done some reviews, some really good reviews.
Oh,
I have some really good
I
scotch that
teased a
I'm
little
very
picture
excited.
today, by the way, of that one.
Yeah, very
Did you?
excited to share that out to everybody as it comes along. But and then we had a really good experience last night up at Vine's Table.
We spent a whole night talking scotch
Yeah,
last night. It was great.
and started hammering out details on this upcoming Whiskey Expo, which
Wow.
we're gonna plug all night tonight. Excited. Telex is gonna be there. I think you're bringing your dad, right? And I mean, this is gonna be an awesome time, you guys.
Yeah.
We're gonna really coordinate some cool stuff together with some of the other Scotch channels with the fabric, and it's gonna be a lot of work. It's gonna be a different experience for us this year because last year we went and we had our notes on what tables and bottles and what we were gonna do, and it was mapped out. And by the end of the night, I was tanked.
By hour 1.5, the wheels came off.
Right?
and
It's like, who cares? Just
It's a
give me
bad
that.
deal.
But this year, we got to keep keep on point. So it'll be interesting.
Got a lot of stuff going on.
Mark's gone to bed. Well, ain't that special? Tell him that he's really here with us anyway, even though he's asleep, aka check out the TV. He's missing a really good movie that we're playing in the background for him. And everyone else, obviously. But I'm sure you've seen it a billion times.
Speaking of Mark, he's about ready to appear.
Where's his famous scene?
He's here in a few minutes. He's getting ready to run up.
Hang
There
on.
he is, right there. There he is.
What's up, Mark? What's up? All right.
Internet's an amazing place.
Oh, that's
I'll go to
funny.
the mall too.
I know, right?
Gator.
So we, one of the cool things we got to do last night was taste the entire lineup from Compass Box.
Yes.
Which was actually a pretty cool deal.
It was a really good deal.
I
I really kind
found
of
out a lot of
appreciated the
interesting
King and-
stuff about it. They're doing some really cool stuff.
Yeah, we did.
I have a deep respect for that company after that talk last
Picked
night.
up a bottle. So we tried the whole lineup basically. I mean, the whole lineup that's literally being produced right now. There's some of those
Interesting fact.
gems that are already gone, right?
Yeah.
But I picked up the one that we liked the best, that I liked the most out of. I think that was the consensus. So we'll be reviewing that one soon. The Lost Blend. I was excited about that.
So the interesting thing that I found last night is the really most interesting thing I should say is the Compass Box, right? You're thinking whiskey producer, all this stuff, right? 14 people. Period.
The whole company.
The entire
14 people
company.
do that.
14 people.
14 people keep
Marketing, CEOs, to making it, to shipping. I mean, it's 14 people. That's it.
They're killing it, man. They're really. I mean, they're hitting home runs every day. Good for them.
We have that many people in my basement
I
sometimes.
know, right? and they're running a whiskey company, a
Right.
Scotch company. That's incredible. But so Leanne said she's going to wake up her husband, the movie star.
Nice.
I have to get his autograph here. So,
Heck yeah.
John, once we get Mark up and let him see that we have caught on to his famous acting attributes, maybe we'll put the Patriots game up for you. Who knows?
I'm going to have to rewind that because I'm not sure what
I don't
scenes
know what
he's
other
in.
scenes.
I found him in
It's
one
not like
scene,
we watched
so
this from beginning to end.
It's a great movie.
So, but anyway, we got a chance to taste this whole Compass Box lineup and get the story, how it started. And really, when you hear the backstory of it all, you kind of gotta wonder, is Johnny Walker kicking themselves in the ass? Did they play their cards right with that, the way they did that? I mean, obviously they didn't, part on bad ways because John was still able to buy that
You know what?
leftover whiskey.
There's a lot of businesses that capitalize on and exploit areas where big businesses don't even realize there's a need. Amazon.
Right. Yeah, that's true. That's a real good point.
I mean, they were taking over business that nobody else wanted to do. Now they're going to rule the world.
George asked which label we got of the Lost Blend. That's a good question, George. Pull that box out and we'll look. For those of you who don't know, I just found out when I was reading the label. So there's the bottle. The Lost Blend has 3 different labels that they've printed for their bottlings, and they randomly just box them in cases. So you don't, you can get 3 different bottles. It's the same juice inside, but it depends. And I don't even know what all 3 labels look like. So I don't know, George.
Limited edition.
They're all limited.
The label on the bottle feels
Labels.
really heavy paper.
Yeah.
But, so it's the picture on the label. There's 2 different ones that look, 2 other ones that look different than that. So
You
I don't know
can
if
zoom that one in closer because the camera should pick that
So
up. But
this is hilarious. He got up and saw himself in the background. We'll tell Mark that we're proud of him, man.
good job, Mark.
Good job, Raging Cajun. I hope he doesn't turn into an alligator on the show. Anyway.
All right, on to new whiskey.
Mm-hmm.
Here we go.
What else do we got going on? Last week, I wanted to talk about last week's show. So last week's show was really a good time. We had a really
yeah.
good time, and I foresee that happening quite a bit in the future.
Impromptu, get
This
together.
whole fabric thing's really starting to move along. We're really starting to enjoy it. Yeah, we have our shows. We do our live. We, our reviews, and they do too. And then we collaborate. But behind the scenes, what you're not seeing on post is we talk a lot now. I mean, we're chatting every day with all of them,
Yeah.
and it's really making things tight. And hopefully, it's going to produce things.
Well, we're sharing
better. Right?
We're sharing inside tricks on production and how to do YouTube. It's actually a lot of work just to run YouTube correctly and doing things there, and just trying to be one big group, kind of going the same path, going the same direction. So
I'm floating a barrel of Scotch over here.
Yeah, so that's another idea. Well, who knows if that day will
That's
ever
a
come?
great
But
idea.
we have explored that just a wee bit, and maybe someday we're able to buy a big old
we
barrel.
can't really talk too much about it until we get the other.
Who knows?
But,
It's an idea. There's all kinds of ideas, but I don't know.
it was a fun show. We had a great time.
It was.
Yep.
It was a fun show,
Whisky
and
and
it's
Six, Scotch Test Dummies.
Bubba and the Beard.
Bubba and the Beard, which
Those
we're
guys
getting
were
to know those
hilarious.
guys. Yeah, we're having
The
a good time.
ukulele
getting to know
song.
those. I can see sitting around a campfire and killing a bottle of whiskey with those two guys.
Yeah. Yeah. Whether you want to or not.
Or two.
Yeah. And that's okay.
Yep.
Perhaps some of that Old Forester. Would you like some Old Forester? Is your glass empty?
No, my glass is not empty, and if that's what's next, it will not be empty. That bottle can kiss my patooshki. It's got to be the right time or place.
So
I'll have a splash of that.
So one of the things that I will say that is very new to YouTube, I don't know if you've seen it or not, you guys probably have, but didn't realize that YouTube completely overhauled their whole user interface for your phone, your app, the web browser, everything.
Right.
As part of collaborators, what we do for them, partners is what they call us, we now have a community tab within our channel. Every person out there that has a channel has it now. But in there today, I actually posted a couple of things for fun, and one of them was, what's your favorite region? Now, obviously, I've got a few kickbacks because they're not all here. I know, they're not all there, but for some reason, I was only limited to 4. And at the time I was testing, I'm like, screw it, let's see what happens.
Right.
So the 4, right?
I read the comments. I'm like, how many people need to tell him that he's missing some regions? Maybe he knows that.
I know this. It was for
Limited
fun
by
people.
technology.
Right. I mean,
It was for fun people, but we got some interesting feedback. Basically, I asked, what's your favorite region? Speyside, Isla, the Islands, or Campbelltown? I figured Highland, Lowlands are going to be, there's some different conversations there, but this are unique ones, right? And so far, out of 40 votes, Speyside is winning with 50%.
wow.
Isla is 40%, Islands is 2%, and Campbelltown is 8%. So it's
that's-
interesting. Speyside, we've got a lot of sweetheads out there so far, out of 40 people. So
That's interesting.
yeah, but so stay tuned to the whole community tab. We're really going to start using it a lot more. I think it's going to give us a lot easier way to commute with you guys, to kind of communicate some ideas, some upcoming shows, maybe ask you some questions, some more polls, things we can talk about like tonight, and then future videos and things like that. So it's kind of, if you think about YouTube, it's really, we've got Discord channel, and we've got Twitter and everything else, but I think this is YouTube's way of kind of making it a little more holistic communication, collaboration platform.
Little
altogether.
social.
Yeah,
Back
so
and forth between
I would
everybody.
definitely check it out if you guys haven't yet.
That's what we're drinking tonight. Got to get that posted to Facebook. Didn't mean to distract you, buddy.
Just keep talking.
Just keep on. Nothing to see here.
Yeah. But anyway, so
all
check
good.
it out when you get a chance. I think it's going to be pretty important going forward for us. I'm excited about it.
I'm always excited about it.
Well, I think one of the things I like about it, and I'm not sure it has this technology to do, but I think what it does is it also allows us to communicate directly with everyone that's subscribed immediately. We can send a message out to all of our subscribers and say something to them, hey, impromptu,
Right.
something's coming up, or listen, which is really cool because we haven't had the ability to
That's
do
right.
that anymore.
That's right. Well, if you think about it, you guys don't realize it, but if we want to send you guys a note, we can't just mass email you.
Right, we
It's
have
not
our
a
email
possibility really. There's no IM presence. You have to go to one of our channels or programs or something to talk to us. This is basically like us doing a live video right now for teaser. Now you get it through the community tab. So you saw today, if you subscribe to us, you'll see the polls and you'll see comments and posts out there. So it's a nice way for us to get a hold of you and let you come back to us in one area. So check it out and stay tuned for more information.
Dram Dude's got a new region. He says he likes the region of Scotland. I'm down with
I'm good
that,
with that,
Island.
man.
All right, I'm in.
Yeah, I'm pretty good with that one too. I think we said Cato won.
Cato already
Cato
won. He said the answer is all
the above, which is very true. All of the above.
Depends on the day.
It's very, very true.
Depends on the day.
But I did a little research, and actually I wanted to call Lee out before she hops off. Hopefully you're still on there, Lee. Lee shared an article with me via Facebook from the Whisky Advocate. It was a real interesting article that talked about fake whiskeys on the market, and we had talked about that, I want to say last week or the week before, and then Scotch in the news section. And so she took some pictures, so I was able to read the article a little bit. And I don't have a copy in front of me to reference really quick, but basically what I liked about the article is it showed various things to look at on a bottle to see if it's authentic, if it's a fake. Whether it's the seal, the tax thing on the top, the amount of liquids in it is a tale. Most bottles that have a nice round neck right here will fill to 50% line. There's only one maker out there that only fills to the shoulder, and if it's an old bottle, there'll be less liquid in it. You should see sediment in anything over 1970. If it's over 30 years old, you're going to see sediment. If you don't, it's not over 30 years old. So it was a cool article because
about fake.
About how to identify fake bottles.
One of the Facebook sites was going through a guy selling refilled bottles and claiming them.
That's exactly what this is saying. I mean, you can look at the label. You might be able to see new adhesive that's put on there. They have a metal wrapper on them. Yeah. If you can spin that wrapper, probably a good sign that it's been refilled. I mean, there's stupid
people
little
even doing the shrink wrap on it.
Yeah, and there's some tales. And there's another company that was doing something.
Well, for the money you're talking about on the secondary market, I mean,
people were.
It's like forged artwork and stuff like that.
Yeah. Well, yeah. I mean, you dropping $50,000 on a bottle.
They expect one of the guys was doing it for quite a while.
Well,
buying the bottles on eBay, empty bottles on eBay, and then filling them up and then selling them as.
Well, and if you think about it, a lot of those people that are buying them on the secondary market are buying them to hold them as an investment, so they're not even trying it. You know what I mean? So.
Also sounds like an article on how to make a better fake Dramdies. Yeah. Tell us how to do it. Hey, real quick though, Travis asked if anybody picked up the Ben Riach batch 14 that was released this week. No, didn't know it was. But Telex.
I looked at all the Ben Riachs when we were at the table last night.
They
didn't have it. No.
So, but Telex had made a comment that he was looking at their Ben Riach 17 Sauternes, and he said the Sauternes makes him nervous since he's never had them. Let me tell you something, Telex. He talked us into getting a bottle of Sauternes, which I'm not. I mean, it's awesome. You got to open yourself up and try it. I'm not a huge fan of the Sauterne.
I would recommend, if you haven't had something in a Sauternes cask, to go buy a bottle of Sauternes wine
and try
the wine.
Yep.
Because it's not your normal wine. I mean, it's a really sweet, almost syrupy dessert wine. And if you're not into that kind of, if that's not your palate, then you're probably not going to like. Like I had a taste. I did wine tasting today for work, and they brought a bourbon barrel aged Zinfandel, and I thought it was awful.
Sounds awful. I mean, it doesn't.
And I like Zinfandel, and I like bourbon, but I don't like them together. Because that's bullshit.
Right. What'd you do that for, right?
Yeah, that's exactly what I asked him.
I mean, but on the same token, I don't shy away from something. Try it somewhere else. Maybe you can get a dram in a bar or something. Because I mean, you got to open yourself up to these new flavors, or you're not ever gonna know.
I mean, there's a lot of people that like the Sauternes, and I really didn't mind it. Although, I mean, for aging Scotch in those barrels, I mean, it's a pretty light flavor wise, so it doesn't impart a lot of that. I mean, you get some of that honey sweetness going, I guess. I guess
I just wasn't prepared for it. And I mean, in the last 2 years, we've done that a few times. Whether it's, you've said the word marzipan, and we're like, all right, and then you showed up with some marzipan and said, here, try some of this shit. Oh, damn, that's what we tasted. Okay, I get it. But it just didn't take my fancy.
We should do that with everything.
Yeah.
I can poke some pears. Drew can burn some toast.
Bring in some pickled onions.
Damn right.
I can burn some toast, man.
He can burn some toast with the
I don't
best
know what
of
a
them, huh?
I don't know what a Scotch whore does exactly, but you can do that.
Yeah, bring that. I don't know if I want to taste that or not.
I don't want to taste that.
So Whiskey Hunter, yes.
We'll
let
tell
me
you to
let me
stop
talk to you
after
about
that.
your
Welcome
comment.
back, by the way.
Yeah. Whiskey Hunter says one of the best ways to tell a fake, other than apparent label distortion, is to shake the bottle and look to see how it beads up. If the beading doesn't settle down in 5 seconds, it's bad juice. Not according to this article. It basically says that the older the juice, not the older, not age, the alcohol content, the higher ABV will take longer for the bubbles to disappear, and the beading will be slower down the neck of the bottle. If it's 40%, those bubbles that after you shake the bottle, they should disappear really quickly. It's the amount of alcohol by volume that depends on.
That seems like an Andrew question about
don't you watch
surface
moonshiners?
tension and.
I'm just saying
That's how they
They
can-
shake it.
Yeah.
This is about 40. This is about 30, 60, whatever.
They count the bubbles.
125 proof right there.
That's what the article said. Anyway.
Stuff will
I
kill
don't
you.
know.
I know, right?
Kill you.
Tickle.
This stuff tickles.
This stuff.
Ah, Mark is on.
So the
Wow,
whore might have
wow,
some
wow.
competition soon. What are you talking about, my score? Nobody's messing with my score. I'm the highest rating guy out there. Get me all worried, Telex. Damn.
I don't know.
Now you'll have to see what's coming up in the next few reviews. It's going to get interesting.
Oh, and Telex, we're excited to have you guys at the expo. It's going to be after our conversation yesterday. They're letting us kind of do some
We're
really
actually
cool
gonna
stuff.
have a really cool location, you guys. I mean, if I understand correctly, as soon as we walk in the door,
Yep.
right there.
We are the very first in the very prime spot of this expo.
Not discounting what you're saying, Whiskey Hunter. I wouldn't disagree with you at all. I honestly would have never shaken a bottle of whiskey. I never would have thought about it. If I owned a $10,000 bottle of whiskey and was trying to sell it to somebody and they just started shaking it up, I'd be like, hey, you just pass it back.
Right.
You know, that's
You
all
break
right.
it, you bought it.
Keep the dick beans off
Telex
it.
is monitoring the spreadsheet apparently, and we are encroaching your whore level.
I haven't
average.
updated it in a while.
I mean, that's probably true.
Is your table right next
Although-
to the food?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
Yeah.
we're like right down the hall.
That's true. We are. Yeah.
I don't think the whore title is as much about the number system as it is this sheer quantity and his apparent readiness to
Always have
soil
a dram.
himself for whatever sort of alcohol you have available.
I can hang with the best of them. I do a pretty good job. I try hard. I'm not a quitter.
It's weird after
I've-
half an hour.
Yeah,
I've
but
also
him to
seen
stop.
him crawling home through the red light district of the neighborhood late at night.
Oh,
so.
look at that guy! Holy moly!
what was wrong with that dude? That wasn't Mark,
He's
was
turning
it?
to get. That wasn't Mark. I think Mark's. Is that Mark right there? I don't know.
No, that's another cat.
We can take time out. See your Mark.
He's on.
I feel like Mark could tell us when he's going to be on.
Yeah, I know. I found him earlier.
What's FOMO? Have major FOMO regarding the expo.
He's right around here somewhere in 30.
I don't do acronyms.
I don't do
Come on,
acronyms.
Lee.
I mean, I got too
Come
many
on.
acronyms in my life, Lee. You're killing me.
We're grown men.
There's Mark. Look at him up there on the bank. He's yelling Gator, Gator, Gator.
Watch him. He starts dancing in a minute. He goes, Gator, Gator. Hold on.
And go.
Well, you got to get the Gator's attention. You can't just let him hang out there.
Uh-oh, uh-oh, uh-oh.
Here comes
Oh,
the hammer.
boy.
You know,
Mark, start shooting.
this is high quality. What's the name of this movie, by the way?
Raging Cajun.
Raging Cajun Redneck Gators.
Look it up. You guys want some good entertainment, something to enjoy, a nice glass of scotch, or English classic single malt whiskey.
What is FOMO?
I
Fear
don't
of
know.
missing out.
Fear
Thank you,
of
Dram Dude.
missing out. Thank you.
Well, Lee, you don't have to. You can
Yeah.
pull it up.
I think you can
Well,
do it, Lee.
You could at least
If you
log
can go
on
to
and be
Scotland,
there virtually.
You can show
Yeah.
up to
Maybe you should be in
Indianapolis.
Scotland during that time.
If you can dodge a
possible.
wrench, you can dodge a...
Oh, wow.
I'm sorry.
That's how we're going to train.
I know, that's how we're training for this thing.
Dodgeball!
I got to go get the yellow shirt on. Then we're
Average
ready.
Joes.
Hell yeah. See you coming a mile away.
So, There was something else. There was a couple of other articles I actually read about Scotch, and I talked to you about them earlier. What were they? There was one other one that. One thing that I found that was really interesting today. I read an article about using Scotch as mixers, which I don't know how I feel about that. How do you guys feel about that? I mean,
I feel like it's good in a Bloody Mary.
So interestingly, on sidebar, but we did some mixers. We did a video, Christmassy, something like that. It was interesting, some mixers. Wasn't a big fan of that, but I really am excited about trying a Bloody Mary with the Peat Monster. That sounds amazing.
Six did Coke?
Yeah.
Yeah, he did.
No, that
Whiskey
was Whiskey. That was Whiskey Dictionary.
Whiskey Dictionary.
Remember, it was
oh my
Whiskey
God.
Whiskey
It was
Dictionary.
Bill. Yeah, he poured. What was it?
Coca-Cola and something.
What was he drinking?
Was it long?
Is he on?
I don't know, but he said it was not as
It wasn't
good.
Yeah, I can't believe he did it. I'm like, what? No,
and it wasn't like a little bit. It was a glass.
Yeah.
He helped himself.
Oh no, it was a quarter cask, wasn't it? Were you drinking quarter cask that night?
Yeah, it might have been. It was something that shouldn't have gone with Coke at all. But I've been wrong about a couple things before, so.
So I don't know. I'm not saying I wouldn't have a mixer with Scotch. Well, I guess it depends on the Scotch.
Here's the thing: some of the Scotches, that's what they're for.
Yeah.
Well, I think the Manhattans or the Old Fashions, I think would be more appropriate for a Scotch. Like they said last night, even what was it? The bourbon one.
Yeah, the hedonism.
That would have been a good one in
or
a
hedonism,
fashion.
depending on which country you're in.
Exactly.
Well, and then the artisan blend is for mixing.
Yes,
that's what they designed it for. So, I think that there's some whiskeys out there that's their purpose. It's $30 a bottle. You don't have to feel bad about it. And the flavor profile that they've designed, it's a blended whiskey. It's made for mixing with other stuff. So,
well, this particular article talked about a specific bar in San Francisco. That's all they do. It's a Scotch Scotch mixing cocktail bar. It said there's literally 2 whiskeys they actually serve. They advertise serving neat, like a Springbank 15 or 18 and some other thing. I was like, okay, whatever. At least they're halfway decent. But they have a bunch of cocktails they mix. And the most expensive one was a $52
just getting creative.
a Royal Rob Roy or something it's called. But basically it's made with Chivas Royal 21 and Glenlivet 12. And it's $52. And the article even goes on to say, well, doesn't that kind of defeat the purpose? If you're going to spend $52 on a drink, on a 21-year-old, expensive Chivas, do you want to beat it up by pouring some Glenlivet 12 in it, or do you just want to enjoy it neat? Probably neat. That's what I say. But
if you're going to go to that sort of place and you know what's going to happen, you're there to at least try.
Yeah.
I don't know.
So George said he had a Smoky Mary at the Ardbeg event this summer. It was delicious, but otherwise he likes his Scotch neat.
I'll tell you what,
try it. I would try an Ardbeg.
We had some Ardbeg poured over oysters on the half shell, and that was awesome. I don't know what you call it other than awesome.
Yeah.
It was good.
Ben asked if we tried the Spice Tree Extravaganza, and we did. I'll go first. I'll say that the original Spice Tree I like better than the Extravaganza. I can't remember my notes. The Extravaganza has a 19 and 20-year-old. Is that what it is?
Yeah.
I think that's what it is, right?
It's got the Spice Tree has 3 different whiskeys blended in it, and the Extravaganza has 6.
Okay.
It's got the original 3 and then 2 19s and a 20.
Yep. And the price is, oh gosh, it was quite a bit more for the Extravaganza.
Like $30 or $40.
Yeah.
I didn't. It did not taste enough for me to warrant it at the time.
Roy
right.
was a Manhattan with Scotch.
Right. Before it gets
Also
too
a
far
person.
up on the chat though, and we miss it, I want to bring it back to Whiskey Hunter and make sure that everybody saw about his Facebook page. So if you guys don't know about Whiskey Hunter's Facebook page, you go over there and check it out. I'm going to. I don't think I'm personally liked it from my Facebook, but I will. Whiskey Hunter once we're done here, definitely. That's what the Whiskey Fabric's all about. I mean, we're really getting into pushing and sharing, whether
helping
it's
everybody else out.
information, shout outs, videos, Scotch. I mean, which we reviewed.
None of us
Scotch.
are getting rich doing this, so
We reviewed a Scotch last night. We recorded a review. Hopefully we'll get that posted in the near future, which the only reason we were able to review it was
because somebody was kind enough to share it with us.
Yeah, and
That was a good share.
It was a damn good share. Other than the fact that I damn near shed a tear because that I had one small dram. You know what I mean?
Well, it's now,
Yeah.
but now we know.
And
that it's something. If we can find it,
Right.
we will go get it. It's
Right.
that good. You'll see it on Monday. We've got quite a few more samples. We did knock out another one last night as well, but we've got a few more that we need to get through. That
yeah,
I'm really
we do
looking
have
forward
some
to as
samples
well.
that we've
Telex
been
sent
sitting
us the lore and the
Kelpie.
Kelpie that we've still yet to do, Telex, so we haven't
Right.
done them yet. I know you want to drink them with us, so we'll figure something out with that one. But
Yep.
we got some good stuff, a lot of good scotches, and I'll just say, by the way, if you want to send us some samples, feel free.
You know what though? I gotta say I'm pretty proud of us that we've been still keeping the pace that because I would have expected us to just get all these samples and just burn through them in like 1 week and just be a bunch of lushes. And it's not about pushing quantity, guys. We take our time and do one review a week. That's kind of what we committed to each other, right? We made an agreement we're gonna do this.
For real, we don't have enough time
Right,
to
I mean,
do
we really
It's a
don't.
struggle. It really is a struggle to get us all together.
So for all the guys and folks out there that sent us samples that we haven't gotten to yet, that's why they're back there. They're not going anywhere.
We're getting to
We're
them.
doing one at a time, and keeping Pepe Le Pew pace.
I'm
man.
And we'll
barely
keep
even
good
taking a
notes
sip out
and
of it.
everything
Yeah.
too. So
Yeah.
hey,
What'd you
one-
say, you son of a?
What?
So something else too is our chat is new tonight too. I haven't told you guys yet, but just for fun, if you want to, we have it's called Super Chat now, and you'll see next to the emoji button there's a $sign. So
Oh yeah. I
so
see
you can
it.
actually send us donations too if you want via Super Chat. And
Send
something
a
special
super
should
chat.
happen
Hang
if
on.
you do,
Can I
but-
do this?
If you
Hang
do,
on.
Mark will sing.
Hang on, you guys. I'm gonna send a super chat to the show for $2, right? Buy and send. What happens? Tell me what happens on the show. How do we do this? We're doing it live.
You probably have to sign in.
I gotta use the last 3-digit number on the back of your Visa. I think I remember it. I'll try. Maybe I'm gonna get my credit card
I
blocked.
hope this works because
Right.
it'd be pretty funny.
Did you guys see what
Get your
happened?
Or
Credit
it'll charge
card block.
$2,000.
And go.
Oh, it did.
It did.
Mark, $2.
So here, I'll play that because we can't hear the sound, but it should hear.
Hopefully you guys saw what happened when I just donated $2.
Did
So
it work?
We'll give it a second here. No, we're pretty behind.
Oh, there's
Yeah.
a pretty good lag. All right, I want to see what happens when I do the 2%. If it works the way Drew set it up, you guys are gonna like it.
Drew's the tech genius,
He
not
is the
us.
tech genius.
Even though we kind of bust his balls.
Way behind.
It is way behind. What's up with that?
Okay.
Hang on.
Yes, it pops up. He says.
Funny, the video is so delayed. Hey, Spigot!
Oh, I didn't. I don't think it popped up.
Do it again.
Do it again, Mark.
Give him more money.
Give me your credit card.
Maybe if you do $15.
So I'll do it manually for fun while you get to talk.
So,
I don't know why I didn't. work
anyway,
yet,
it's supposed to pop up the thing, and you guys missed the pop up.
I
Yeah,
hope it's
there is
Black
a.
Dynamite. Is it Black Dynamite?
No, we can do Black Dynamite.
Or Debo.
Hey, why don't you
Debo.
show off your Debo shirt, man? Everybody, look at this famous T-shirt that Mike's wearing tonight.
He's
Debo's
pretty proud of
Bike
himself.
Rentals.
Hey, you need a bike?
What
Come
bike?
to Debo's.
Come to Debo's. The Beach Cruiser.
Now we're gonna have to watch that.
Oh,
Pop's
God.
tripping, man.
Oh man.
Why are you coming over here
Drew's
and
gonna
bothering
throw
these
on
nice
what
people?
happens. What's supposed to happen when you do a
It
super
did-
chat?
It did it. So this is what should happen. I'll have to figure out why it didn't work this time, but they should see it. It's so good.
Is it that Scotch?
Yeah, it is.
It's a great show to watch. See, Spigot says it popped up. He saw it.
It's all good.
It's all good.
Well, somebody,
Well, I
recognized
think
it.
Yeah,
I think
so-
the thing popped up, but not the animation.
Right. Yeah, we won the
The whole thing.
Scotch.
I mean,
Uh,
Mark can sing for it if you want.
Scotch got it.
We ended up all right,
Yeah,
man.
we
We're
did.
goobers,
It's all
but
good.
we're getting
It's all
there.
good.
It's fun stuff.
So what else we got going on? You got trivia?
Mm-mm.
Nothing?
Nothing?
No,
Oh,
I'm
you
at
know
a
what?
loss. I did think of a couple without doing any research, so I'd be afraid to just throw them out there. But they centered around last night's conversation with Compass Box and that whole, because there were some interesting things I learned about. So you could throw something out there about the history of Compass Box. That would be really easy. Of course, Uncle Google's going to help give the answer away. But, that's always been the case. So, it's up to you guys. If you guys want to throw something out from last night's conversation, I got something from the hip I can shoot.
Go for it.
Go for it. All right. So, what company did the owner of, I'm not even going to use his name, of Compass Box previously work for when he had the idea, where he got the whole idea behind the Compass Box company? And he actually, had taken the idea to that company, and they refused him. They denied him, and he left and started the, Compass Box company. So, where did he work? What company did he work for before that happened? So,
That's a good question.
There you guys go. Signed Scotch for Dummies.
Hey, Whiskey Whistle.
Popped in to say hi for the
Good to
first
see
time
ya.
I've watched. Nice getting to know you fellas of late.
We love having you here.
So while you're waiting for the comments
What's
here,
going on?
we could talk about a couple things we're trying to get into. We've had a lot of people ask us about getting into bourbon and a few other things, and we've kind of talked about it. And I think the consensus is no, we're probably not going to do bourbon. However,
We've got a couple things going on.
we may
the
have a
market,
couple
right.
of things going on with a special video or two with a friend. in
We're
bourbon.
trying to
We'll
twist
see.
this guy's arm
Um,
into doing some bourbon reviews because he gets into bourbon. I mean,
Yeah,
that's his
and
gig.
he's really good at it. He knows his stuff.
He
So
knows
we may
his
we
stuff.
may
We don't have him on here
Do
just
I?
for fun.
We may test the dummies with some bourbon
Bourbon
show
with
or
dummy.
two, but we are Scotch guys. We are talking about maybe getting into Japanese whiskey a little bit
John
too,
DeVoe.
just to test some stuff out.
John DeVoe, you
Got
win,
it?
brother. Yep, Johnny Walker.
Johnny Waka, you are
There
the
you
So
go.
winner.
the story goes,
This guy.
John Glazer used to work for Johnny Walker, and while he worked there, he said basically he started noticing that there's lots of leftover whiskeys that Johnny Walker has, and when they're in their blending process, and these whiskeys are basically just laying around with nothing to do, and so he took the idea up to his management chain and said, "Hey, why don't we try this?" And Johnny Walker said, "No way, we're not messing with the mothership. There ain't nothing broke, so don't go freaking toying and tinkering. We're just gonna keep it." And so he's like, "Well, all right, I'm leaving then. But hey, if I do, can I buy that old whiskey off of you?" And they're like, "Yeah, it's just collecting dust. Why not? You can have it." So he bought it and started the Compass Box company. And ironically enough, what is Johnny Walker doing now? They're starting to get into the boutique blending market. Day late and a dollar short. You shouldn't have let that dude go.
Yep.
You know what I mean? But anyway, good question. I just thought it was really neat. The history of it was there. So, John, I don't know how many of these you have, but if I start seeing them on the secondary market for a high dollar, I'm really going to be jealous, right? I'm going to be like, ain't that a bitch? So, we'll have to get a hold of Andrew. He's our shipping guy.
And he's out in the woods somewhere fighting gators or something.
Whiskey Hunter said requested.
Oh, that's just for his Facebook group thing.
Oh, okay.
This was 2 wins in the last 3 weeks. Remember, my girlfriend was worried that you were giving me a shirt. Oh, she's awesome. Oh yeah, John, I do remember that. Yeah, nice. Did you get the other stuff? I hope we sent it out.
We gotta ask Andrew. All right, if not, John,
He's our shipper. We'll get back to you if we didn't.
let me know and we'll shoot him in his pinky toe.
So something else is interesting. We get comments all the time of asking people about these glasses.
Harlem Night.
Do you remember these glasses?
Yeah, I love these glasses.
Yeah. So, where did the glasses come from? Let's start there. It's kind of an interesting story because we didn't get them. We didn't buy them.
I was bitching because the Glencairn glasses weren't big enough for the Scotch. that
I
was
know.
drinking.
The pores are...
Who's the Scotch?
Plus, our big
Damn
noses
right.
can get in there with this one and drink at the same time. And
But we were lucky enough to have one of our patrons send us for these glasses because this is what he drinks out.
I did. We're getting there, John.
So we actually had a customer or a subscriber ask a question about the glasses and where we got them. Right. So Andrew responded and put the link in, and we actually were talking to the person that sells these glasses. And so,
Tailored Milestone.
Yes, Tailored Milestone.
And so we're apparently going to be doing some trivia and giving away some of these glasses
some of these
in the near
larger
future.
glasses.
We're
So
a little partnership with those guys, so stay tuned. Some good information coming up. They do have an Amazon store as well, so She's even talking about doing some, coupons for everyone that watches and things. So we got some good
Yeah, there's
things
some
lined
interesting
up.
things coming along. But it all started because John.
Because Robert
Oh
sent us.
yeah, Rob Hammett. Robert Hammett.
Well,
and sent us 4 glasses.
It all started because I really like Scotch.
I know, but
I don't know what video it was.
But I
It
have
was a
no
live.
idea. We
and
weren't
Bob's like,
expecting
I'll get
them.
you guys.
It was a
yeah,
live one.
we weren't expecting this.
Yeah,
thing
and they
to
just
show-
showed
and
up
we
at
was
my
like,
work. I was
what's up
like,
with that?
oh hell, look, big glasses.
And now they're the go-to, right? I just
I
can't live without
like everything about this glass.
Yes, Spigot, you can.
them.
Look.
Yes, you can keep your nose in it while you're drinking it.
Mm-hmm.
It really lets you get a good nose full, because the Glencairn, they don't really let you get.
I like it. I mean, you
In
can
there
get really
quite
in
as
there and
much,
you can
yeah.
dig deep and.
I feel like I get a better nose
I
full
agree.
of them.
This
Wow,
Jura's
that
pretty
Jura is good. Man,
That's weird. Oh, no,
it's-
let me see.
I like it.
Bubbles.
Bubbles. He shook it up. What's wrong with you? Who does that? Put that bottle down.
That's about 39.9.
It's better be more than 40% down.
Put his hands on a man's
It's a
whiskey.
96 proof. Watch, 96. See?
Oh yeah, 9.6.
I'll be
right
down.
there.
Look at there. I'll be.
96.
Exactly what I thought.
The sucker born every minute.
Giving another man's wife a
Hey,
foot rub.
what's
What
up,
the hell?
Rob?
What's up? 6.
Six is in the
Six.
house. I need my
Nice.
hat, man.
Up in Toronto.
Need my hat.
How's school going for you there, buddy? You haven't
Is it started yet?
I don't know. Have you
I
started?
think they
class?
just started.
I think it just started.
Uh-oh. Is that why you're late to the show?
See
Them
any-
8th graders giving you a hard
see-
time already?
See any kids with your t-shirt on yet?
Yeah, papers are great.
You see any kids with your T-shirt on?
That would be
Oh,
badass.
my teacher.
That would be badass.
It would be
Here's
bad.
an apple for you. No, I mean a
Let-
Scotch
let-
glass
let
for
him-
you.
At least he's be supportive.
Right.
Shirt looks good on you, kid.
I know.
So why do
Where'd you
want
get something
this
like
shirt?
that?
Well, I just think it's a cool shirt, Mom, and I think I'm gonna do really bad in math this year.
Ah, you're all right, kid. Here's some hat. Do you like Game of Thrones too? Oh, well, A+.
Oh God.
Go with what works, man.
Yeah.
Sometimes life is about politics.
Seems like that's way too much too
much.
often.
Too much of that.
Life is about who you know.
Obviously.
So Andrew is down in Carbondale, Illinois, kind of on a like a high school reunion type. He gets together once a year with some guys that he went to high school with every year, and
And
I
he,
think
They go
he's-
Rin
he
Lincoln.
feeds
Is
them
that the
Scotch.
area they all live, I guess?
yeah, I think it's just a central location for their
Are they
mother to
making
meet.
honey to
So yeah, he's introducing these guys to
That's
Scotch.
not funny. So can we get Andrew a shirt that says "I love making honey"?
Sweet honey.
sweet honey.
Oh my gosh.
I'll get you to
You know,
I don't even know
that.
what to say
Wheels
to
are
that.
starting to come off.
Oh,
Just a little
yeah,
bit.
I think so.
43 minutes. See, he said 23 minutes. We kept it together for 43 minutes.
You know what the
before-
problem was? We didn't drink enough before we got on
I know,
camera.
we did take it
Normally
easy.
we have a glass or two before we even get
Yeah,
started.
we had a lot of
We
things
did.
going on.
Tonight we were
down.
busy.
Slow down just a wee bit. Anybody got that Patriots score real quick? Go KC.
Man.
Hey, you know we have a fantasy league with a reviewer. I have no idea how.
Yeah, I have no idea either. I don't know.
That's why Linda was down here.
I'm not. I'm
She's
not
got
playing.
Gronkowski on her team.
Oh.
No bet.
How Gronk's doing.
I don't know, but this is my favorite time of year in my house because I don't do fantasy football, but
This
my
is
wife
good.
Ooh,
does.
she does, man.
And
She is
she doesn't play.
cutthroat about it.
Wow, this is really good. I like this.
Ooh.
You know what else is really good?
What?
That stuff in the little jars that we had last night.
Yeah, that stuff
Gronkowski's
was
are doing
really
great.
good.
Let's see.
Yeah, I can't wait for you guys to see the review that we did last night. I don't want to continue to talk about it.
You know what the worst part about it is, though? We don't have any to drink on our live review.
I know.
That makes me sad.
It makes me sad too. I don't even know if it's readily available to buy.
Thanks, Whiskey.
What's up?
2117 KC.
There you go.
Yes!
There you go.
What's up?
It is a good night. It's a good night.
Hope John didn't check out.
That's more of
All
a
right,
mixing
Rob.
one.
See you, brother. Peace out.
Roger
Go
that,
sleep.
man.
What you need?
He's got to get to school in the morning.
I would like.
So we do need to check with John and see, and check with Andrew and see if he's got the stuff that he owes to ship to John says he did get the stuff though. I think. Right?
Yeah, I think that's
Okay,
what I saw too.
okay.
So
Good. Night, Rob. We need to get to. We were talking about this whole whiskey expo. One of the things that we're going to do, you guys, is we're going to try to keep this show going for 4 hours.
4 hours.
So we're going to
No,
be
it's
working
only
in collaborations with all of the other channels, whether it's Rob Whiskey the Sixth,
Give me a
Test
look for
Dummies, Bubba and the Beard. It'd be really cool if we could get Aquavite, but you know the time is going to really suck for
What
him.
time do we start there?
5. It's a 5 to 9 Eastern time.
We can get him on early.
Yeah, so we're going to do collabs with them. We're going to have a couple people that we're interviewing, some interesting people from the industry, whether it's like the Ardbeg ambassador for North America or a couple of other distributors and whatnot. But it's going to be really interesting because we're going to try to keep this thing going live. So
And we got some more collabs coming up too.
Maybe throw on the occasional mystery guest, grab
Yeah.
somebody out of the audience.
just grab a whiskey
I
goer.
mean, I'm just gonna maybe telex or
Yeah, I don't know. There's a good possibility Telex is going to get a little screen time. Let
I
him.
think maybe we should do the lore there.
Yeah.
Actually that would be
That'd be
really
a
cool.
good idea,
The
right?
stipulation is he's not going to be allowed to review an Isla. It's going to have to be like, no, I'm kidding.
Maybe do an island scotch or something.
It's like freaking punishment, right? That'd kill
We'll
him.
do a Sauternes.
Hey, Winelight, what's going on? So, quick question for you, Winelight. I mean, obviously we've seen you on.
So
You're
that's
around. You're on the channel. This, that, and the other.
It's
That's
been
great.
around for a while.
Been around a long time, and all of a sudden I get a notice on my phone that you
Bottle.
just followed us on Twitter, and I'm
I
like,
think he just got on Twitter for the first time.
is that someone that I don't? Is that new? I mean, it sounds like he's been around for a while. So, welcome to joining us on Twitter. I'm still not the most.
Oh, you gotta drink that
Twitter-savvy
like
guy,
a
but-
pirate. That's why it's got the little handle. Yeah.
Lord Kelpie sounds good to me. I bet it does.
Yeah.
I,
But so the other ideas that we're going to have going on while we're doing this review, since we're going to be doing collabs with everybody, we're going to be promoting the entire whiskey fabric.
Yep.
So we're going to have hopefully promotional material for all the shows on there. We're going to have some stuff that Drew's going to work into the
Yep.
show where he's going to throw it on the screen, whether it's all the whiskeys that are available to us at the expo and the layout of the room and stuff. And that way, if you guys want to tune in, and with specific questions, hey, I really want you guys, can you get over and talk to that Highland Park person and ask them about this? We can do that. And also we want to make sure that we're promoting this early enough to give you guys maybe the times. Hey, guess what? At 7:30 Eastern, we're going to have Scotch Test Dummies on. At 7:45, we're going to be interviewing, Ardbeg.
Right.
And that way, we can't expect you guys to stand for 4 hours. If you want to, that's awesome. We're going to
Yep.
be running for 4 hours. But at the end of the day, we want to give you guys the information that you can chime in when you can make the most of your time.
This is Mark passed out in his chair over on the
Yeah,
shelf.
that'll be me.
At
It was last
9:45.
year.
Yeah, it was.
And
You should have
honestly,
been.
if y'all have some ideas or anything you want to share with us, we would be happy to hear them. I mean,
Hey,
we got some
Multi-Man
pretty
Cave.
good stuff planned, but always willing to look at.
And it's going to be a busy 4 hours. I mean, we were there last year, and the thing is packed. And there's, at least 100 people there, pouring different whiskeys and talking about
There
stuff.
is.
I mean, it's
Well-
really, if you guys have never been to something like that before,
See you,
it's
Whiskey
an
Hunter.
experience. Thanks for coming in, man.
Yeah, we met some of the crew last night from our local Scotch cruise, I guess you could call that there.
Indianapolis area,
And,
yeah.
we talked to some locals last night, and they were interested in getting on with us there
Yeah.
as well. So look for some of those discussions.
And some of
and
those
maybe-
cats
and
are
maybe some
extremely
even,
knowledgeable.
Right.
Maybe some either on location shoots for us. Maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah, we we're starting to expand our local interaction and community, which is kind of really cool. I think that we really like to get to know more people in our local area. It's too bad that you guys aren't all close enough, because if you were, you'd be down here right now. Of course, we'd go through a lot more whiskey, but you just have to bring a little to support the game. Right?
That's how that works,
Right.
man. Everybody take a little sip.
That's right.
Puff, puff, give.
Ruining the rotation, man. Ruining the rotation.
Oh gosh.
Guys, terrible. One
Gotta-
live
gotta
show
crawl before you
review
walk.
without a movie quote would be nice. Just
Not gonna happen.
welcome
Can't make
to
it
the
through
show,
a day.
Malted Man Cave. It's good to see you, brother. We've
that's
talked to you
good.
quite a bit, I think, on our other
Oh,
stuff.
that
But
Lafroy?
we need to get you on the show, so we'll be reaching out to you. and
Yes.
Absolutely.
Get you back here.
Yeah, we saw that you said you're ready whenever we're ready, right? Is that so
Pretty much. So we need.
We'll get it figured
we'll
out.
make it happen. There was one other quick topic that I wanted to talk about, and then of course since I didn't type it, I'll print it out. My printer's dead, and I'm like, screw it, I'm just gonna freaking.
What kind of office you running?
I work for the government. Okay.
I feel you.
Yeah, I know, right? It is what it is.
Wine light, I got you. So mostly business. I see. I figured that out. Okay, gotcha.
Whiskey whistle.
Yep.
If you're on, whoa, this is moving too fast. See,
Yeah,
Telex
he's
said he
Whiskey
agrees
whistle's
with you,
leaving.
Puff.
Damn right.
So one more hot mention, if you guys joined late and don't realize what you're seeing behind us, this is one of our friends, subscribers, viewers out there, Mark Rayner. Been with us for a while, and him and his wife Lee have supported the channel.
I know you all know Lee.
Yeah, you know Lee, and so we found out through a roundabout way that Mark is
he's kind of a part-time actor. He does a lot of sci-fi shows. You gotta look for. I mean, he's back
He's
there.
there.
Apparently,
He's in there.
So Drew hunted him down, found a copy, and I don't know if he illegally downloaded it or not, but whatever. He's got a copy, and we wanted to share
Why would
it.
I do that?
I
never
don't
do
know.
that.
He's probably playing it from
bought
YouTube.
this.
Heck yeah. But rather, the point is our good friend Mark is playing in this movie. So if you just need to watch closely, he's not the alligator that's coming up or the hottie with the
He may already
shotgun.
be dead, to be honest
But
with you. I'm not even sure.
I mean,
I've been watching it, but
We're at the end.
Yeah, that's the movie hottie right there with the shotgun, and you gotta have a.
Is this a
police
standard '80s horror movie plot?
It's definitely standard.
Yeah.
Look at
The
blind shot. She blind shoots.
Slow
with
mo.
the freaking gun under her arm. What are you doing? She's not from freaking Louisiana.
oh, she got the gator though.
That's bull. See, I'm calling BS on
Why does it
that.
have pink fingernails? I wonder.
Radiation.
Anyway,
wonder.
you guys got to check it out. It's Raging Cajun
Redneck gator.
Redneck Gator.
or something like that.
That's it. That's
It's as
it.
awesome as it sounds.
Oh my god.
Wheels have officially came off.
Yeah,
gentlemen.
right.
Yeah,
Oh,
I'm about
my
ready to throw
gosh.
some darts now.
Yeah, we might get a
Guys
game or
feeling
two
lucky?
in, but it's been so next week.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, he did.
Maybe.
I don't know what's going on next week.
It's
You
a
know,
splash.
Andrew's out this week, and I don't know. We're all traveling. Well, things are
Yeah,
getting
busy
really
weeks
busy.
coming up.
I'm not traveling.
No.
No, and
No.
I mean, I'm gonna put Mike on the spot right now, and you know, hold him to when are you gonna do a bourbon review, Mike? Notice I'm just looking
Who
at
you
the
talking
camera,
to?
brother. You.
Mike,
Pay-
I don't think-
Paying
no.
attention to my crowd.
Debo.
Debo, when are you
Debo.
gonna do a bourbon review for these folks? Or and should we just start bourbon review number 1 with a vote for what you should review first?
Maybe we can do that. Maybe you can give me 4 bourbons. And
Give
we'll
you
put a
4
vote out there
bourbons
and
that
we'll do-
you're interested in reviewing, and we'll put it out there on our
Do I
community
have to
tab.
have them all?
Well, yeah, you have to
Well,
supply
I mean,
it.
we'll have to.
Not necessarily. Depends on what you want.
You can wait
Yeah.
until you figure out which one they freaking
I-
put up, and then
I got contacts.
We'll acquire the one that you committed to doing.
You know, what would be kind of cool too is to do like a I mean, I
think
am,
you know the one I want to do.
I am a real big dummy when it comes to bourbon. So maybe
Is it one that would be possible to acquire?
Maybe. I don't know.
What
maybe
do
a
you-
blind testing, taste it testing. Or something.
You told me you've said this
Yeah.
kind before. In the
Yeah.
I'm with you, Travis. I'd work for Glenn Ronick
Hell yeah.
past. Work
Or
for
Ben
any
Rick.
whiskey.
or Ben Rick.
We'll work for whiskey.
Yep.
I know. Doesn't matter what kind.
Sometimes it matters what kind.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
If that's my
Alright,
pay,
guys.
I gotta take the good stuff.
But-
you know what I mean?
All right. So, a couple minutes left. It seems like we haven't been super as excited, and we're not up. I think we're just all running on,
Well, we had a
low
long
tank.
night last night too.
Yeah, we did. Last night was not an early night. It was fun. We spent 2 hours talking with Dennis at Behind the Table about the details around the expo, and then we grabbed a pizza and a beer, and then came back for the Compass Box thing, and that was really cool.
Then we
But-
came back here and drank
and then
some
we
more.
came back here and knocked out, recorded 2 reviews. It was late, and I've been dragging ass all day. So, all is well though.
George, that was actually at Vine Table. So
Yeah.
He asked what
What's
the
up?
Compass Box event was.
Yep. Yeah, it was a little private tasting with just a few people. They
It was small. maybe
Yeah,
I
maybe
mean,
10,
I think-
15
I think-
people.
they don't have a whole lot of space there to
And
really.
he even said that the Compass Box guy hasn't been there in years. I
It's a
think he
last
just
minute
happened
thing.
to be in town
Yeah.
Yeah.
and picked up the phone.
Well,
and
they
called-
just expanded their sales force, so this
Right.
guy's
He's a national.
Yeah, but he's covering the Midwest.
Right.
So we should be seeing a lot more of him. I don't think he's going to be at the Whiskey Expo, but it sounds like they're going to have some really, and they did last year. They had some extremely cool people there.
What, at the expo?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, some
we did
ambassadors
talk to-
that we were able to talk to, and just a lot of neat people that could give you the
Yeah.
inside track on what's going on with their products, and answer a lot of questions that you had about it, which is it's nice. I mean, you didn't have to do the research; you got to get the background story. It's cool. Plus, you get to sample all that stuff.
Right, and I mean, with as many bottles and samples that they're pouring there, there are a good handful of people that are just pouring. They don't know much about what they're pouring. They're just there to pour glasses.
They're a pretty face.
Yeah, pretty face and nice, pleasant to talk to, but don't expect to learn anything about what you're sampling. But then there are, at least at every table, there's one expert that knows the juice.
Yeah.
And so I found that interesting because, I mean, we did a lot of homework for that event.
I ended up trying stuff that wasn't even on my list.
Right.
I did some gins and
Which they were incredible.
and some American
Some great
whiskeys.
gins.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, we had a good time, and I found some stuff that I hadn't tried before that I ended up buying. So, which is always a good thing. That's kind of why they have
Yeah,
it.
so Spigot, what do you think about that King Street Glasgow? Out of curiosity, I mean, I'm just that's part of.
liked
There's
it
a
last
pair
night.
of that lineup.
The
There's the
artisan.
artisan blend and that
Glasgow.
Glasgow.
So I think we've done both of those, right? In our reviews
Right, I
earlier
had the
on.
Glasgow. I bought the Glasgow one and brought it down here, and that's the peated one. It's
Right.
still a really lightly peated,
I
right?
Yeah.
enjoyed both of them as
Um,
average scotches. I thought they were both really good last night.
After hearing them last night, that they're made for bars and for blending,
Yeah.
and that's their primary focus is to get them into restaurants and bars. It makes sense, especially from my point of view, that's what they were made for.
Yeah, I didn't call the guy out on it, but he had made a point about what those two labels are competing against, and let's just say the Glasgow's competing against Johnny Walker, right, or Chivas or whatever. And he said, how long they age those, and he said, 8 to 9 years. And he's like, and he said it subtly, so we age them, and he was trying to imply that they age them longer than Johnny Walker, but Johnny Walker Black's a 12-year-old.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm like, what's he trying to say there? I'm not going to call the guy out on it in front of these people. I'm just going to let it go and see where he's going with it. I mean, the interesting thing is they're competing against Johnny Black,
Right.
Chivas 12, whatever. They're younger, and they're more expensive. So it is I think it's comparable as far as taste. It was very enjoyable.
Mhm.
It's a great go-to, but I think it's a boutique, a little, unique.
To me, it is one of those smaller batch. You're going to pay a premium for it because it's a smaller batch boutique whiskey
Night
versus
Dram.
a big mass produced. Even if they're using, I don't want to say lesser quality, but maybe they've got lesser aged whiskeys in there. It's just got that boutique feel, and they're charging a little bit of a premium for it.
Yep.
So, but it's it's a fun company, and I think they're doing good stuff.
Would you like to try Springbank 12 cask strength Burgundy? I think we tried that. Didn't we have a bottle of that? No, we bought the Springbank 15 Burgundy. Is that what it was? I can't remember. We did a Springbank Burgundy.
It was good.
Oh, it was real good. I knew you were going to... when I stood in that liquor store and grabbed it, I'm like, this is Sean's shit. He's going to love it.
Honestly,
We killed it.
anything aged in a red wine cask is super
Springbank
awesome,
is-
man.
I like Springbank a lot, man.
Right.
Good stuff.
It
Alright.
just
I'm
adds
drunk
those deep
12.
red, rich ruby fruits. It's awesome.
Well, we are approaching the hour, gentlemen.
There we go.
It is.
Well,
So-
thanks everybody for joining us tonight.
I mean, what's coming up in the very near future? I wanted to plug a few things real quick to make sure. The whole new YouTube thing with whether it's the community tab and the super chat, which makes us super cool now, I guess. Hell, I don't know.
I'm going to say yes.
Yeah, I think so. Whiskey Fabric, you guys, there's a few new names that we haven't talked about. Whiskey Hunter was on earlier. Go check
Yep.
him out on Facebook. You've got Whiskey and Six,
Malted Man Cave.
Malted Man Cave. You've got
Bub in the beard.
Bub in the Beard, Scotch Test Dummies. You know the names, and if you're not following them, you need to be because there's a lot of stuff going on between all of us, amongst all of us, and they're fun to watch anyway. I mean,
Yeah, absolutely.
it's good stuff.
Yeah.
Whiskey Expo is coming. If you guys
October
can make it to
13th, put it on your
Indianapolis.
calendar.
If you can't, still put it on your calendar because we're gonna need your support for the show. You know, we definitely want to have
October
Carmel,
14th, I
Indiana.
have a half marathon too.
October 14th. You have a half more. They're getting on a plane and going to Orange
No, we're
Beach.
driving.
Oh, they're driving to Orange Beach. I'm gonna be sleeping a hangover off on October 14th.
No, we're gonna call you.
I don't give a
I'm
damn.
totally gonna call you.
No, you're gonna be in the trunk. I know what you're gonna do. Take me with you.
He's gonna be passed out a shrub somewhere.
But aside from that, thanks to Mark for his acting
providing the
career.
entertainment.
Yeah, we appreciate that.
That's good
And
stuff, Mark. Bye, Lee. Good seeing you.
yeah,
Take
check
care of
out
yourself.
Thanks,
guys.
guys.
We got some good reviews coming up,
Yeah,
and
excellent reviews coming up.
keep the comments coming. We really appreciate it. Hopefully, we're not letting anybody down when it comes to comments. It's
We
getting
try to
harder
get to
and
all
harder.
of them.
It is. It's a group effort for sure. So, anyway, guys, thanks for
Thanks
joining.
for watching.
Sláinte.
Sláinte, I'm empty. I don't know what I'm drinking. I guess I'm drinking Lefroy PX Cast next.
I don't blame you.
Sounds like a winning.
We'll see you guys. Have a great night.
Thanks.
night, everybody.
Go Kansas City.
Wow.